Well, we just got back from the head-to-head event on Green Lake, and Hank and I cannot get our mojo going for these head-to-head events. We got defeated again in what turned out to be a significantly tougher event than I was expecting. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, I ran over to Big Green Lake and got a couple hours on the water yesterday morning and had a bunch of bites. It was like everywhere I went, I got bites. And today, that did not happen. We started in a bay, and I think there were 3 other boats that started in there. So I mean, out of a field of 10 guys, I mean, I feel like we picked the right spot. I mean, 40% of the field started in the bay. And I know there were some fish caught in there. We caught a couple fish, but the size was terrible. I mean, we ended up, I think in that bay over the first couple hours, I think we had only 2 keepers for like, I'm gonna say, it was under 3 pounds. I mean, it was pretty sad. And keep in mind, it's a 1 pound minimum per fish. So we did have some opportunities in there. I broke off a nice one that got me wrapped around a boat lift. Hank lost a nice one on a frog. We missed a bunch of other bites. So, I mean, we had our opportunities for sure to have a few extra fish in there, but it was frustrating fishing. Not that I'm making excuses, but the reality is we had pretty strong winds today, and there are a bunch of those cotton trees that are in full bloom, and there was cotton everywhere on the surface, which just makes it really tough. You know, Hank was really frustrated throwing a frog because every cast he made, the braid would get caught on it. There was so much that, like, pretty much every bait you threw would get, like, cotton caught on the hook. I mean, on a wacky rig, I was getting it on the hook continuously. So it was pretty frustrating. So we ended up leaving that area with about 2 hours to go. Went to some areas where I caught some nice smallmouth yesterday, and it was like just Dinkville again. I mean, we weighed, I think, 3 smallmouth that were all barely even a pound. All the better quality fish were just not there. So I'm really not sure what happened. It's pretty disappointing just from the standpoint of, like, we had the fish on to compete. I think the team that beat us, I think, had 12 pounds even. So it wasn't like we were far away. And the reality is, fishing sounded like it was tough for everybody. I think the biggest weight anyone had was 30 pounds. We only had 6.5 pounds, I think, and we actually ended up beating 2 other teams with that. So from that standpoint, the weights were not good across the board. I'm a little perturbed, a little flabbergasted by it. Hank's a little defeated. But the reality is we still have 3 more head-to-head matchups. If we can win those matchups, I think we still have a shot at making the playoffs. And we got a Wednesday nighter tonight too. So you guys are probably watching this Thursday, I guess, because I'm not going to have time to get this up. But we are going to go out and try to redeem ourselves in our local Wednesday nighter, which is on Lake Dubay. Hopefully we catch a few bass, get on the right track again, and keep moving. But yeah, it was one of those days. It was pretty uneventful. I have probably 10 rods out on the deck with a bunch of different baits, but the reality is, we only caught fish on a handful. We caught them on a little 4-inch Berkeley Max Scent the General wacky rigged, and then we caught some on a drop shot with a little Duo Realis wriggle crawler on it. So, just a little worm. Take that for what it's worth. We didn't catch much, so you're not missing much. We are gonna switch it up tonight. We'll probably go power fishing. So stay tuned. We'll have the Wednesday nighter coming out probably tomorrow. That'll be the plan. Hopefully we do better in that one. Anyways, I do really appreciate, though, like, all the support. A lot of you guys are reaching out. A lot of you guys are saying that you watched it and that you're entertained by it, which is really what it comes down to. Hank and I, even though the fishing was frustrating, we were having a great time. It was a good bonding day and a half. I mean, yesterday we jumped in the truck, drove to a hotel, got there at like 8 o'clock last night, and, just had some ice cream together, got up early this morning, fished, drove home. And it's just nice to always be able to spend time with your boys. And having 2 kids, it's nice to be able to spend time with one child at a time. It just feels like that's a little bit more of a bonding experience a lot of times. So I know Hank is having a blast with these events. I'm having a blast with these events. I'm just a little disappointed that we haven't been able to find our mojo yet in the head-to-head. So we will keep trying and have more content coming for you. So stay tuned, and I appreciate all the support.